and welcome back to my podcast and website, R.E.Fort.co. I'm R.E.Fort, and I'm so excited to announce the release of my newest CD, Stop, Wait, and Think. This is my 15th CD and my 7th publicly released CD. I started writing this one in 2023, and I had a few tracks come to me early 2024. This CD is a collection of blues, ballads, rhythmic soul, and a few fusion tracks. I also wrote 2 new lullabies for 2 of my 3 grandchildren. Now, about the CD artwork. I love photographing the full moon and have taken lots of images, but this one was so cool I knew I had to use it. I also wanted to see what Chat GPT would come up with, so I asked it to create an image based on just the title. What came back were a lot of images, some crazy, but there was one of a man standing on the edge looking out at what were 3 signposts, and I knew it would look so cool with a full moon instead. So, after a fair amount of editing and cleanup, my full moon added as a layer, I had my artwork. I think it's pretty cool. Let's get to the tracks. Stop, Wait, and Think is a big, bold fusion track with a great groove. I'm playing my Stratocaster for all of the guitar work. The sound canvas for this track, I use a combination of instruments, the Rhodes electric piano, strings, and horn sounds. Accenting the melody, I use a mix of 2 classic synth sounds that give it a bell and pad sound, along with the Stratocaster. This is really one hot track that will get you moving. For Themselves is a rock fusion track. I play the melody of my Stratocaster along with a grand piano sound. On keyboards, I used a combination of instruments, strings, and a Fender Rhodes electric piano sound for the chord changes. The solos are played using my Gibson SG. This track is an up-tempo fusion track that just rocks. I Don't Really Know Anymore is a fusion of smooth jazz and a cool ballad, with beautifully layered rhythm guitar sections, strings, and keyboards setting the sound canvas for this track. The rhythm section, drum programming, and bass guitar keep it moving along. On this one, I'm echoing the melody or hook played in the background using a synth sound and the Fender Stratocaster. The main melody is played on my Fender Acoustic Electric with a combination of keyboard sounds to fill it out. The guitar solo is played on my Gibson SG. a fun fusion track. I'm using my Fender acoustic electric guitar for picking and chords. The keyboards accent the melody with a grand piano sound and soft pads to add a little depth. For the melody, I'm using my Fender Stratocaster. On the solo, my Gibson SG. I love the way the solo just rolls in on this track. The drum programming was a blast to work on and create. Love Won't Go Away is an up-tempo ballad with a cool Caribbean feel to it. I'm playing my Fender acoustic electric for the melody and the solo on this track. My Stratocaster is playing chords. The melody is also played using my favorite grand piano sound. I love the bass guitar work on this track. It's bouncy and fun to play. I really do love the keyboard and solo work on this track. When I Look in Your Eyes is a beautiful ballad that has a great soft string arrangement. I love the melody that I played on my Ibanez hollow body guitar and grand piano. The strings sound so awesome on this one. The guitar solo on this track is my Gibson SG. You're My One and Only Love is a beautiful blues ballad. This track has a great string arrangement and a very sweet melody. I played my Fender acoustic electric and a grand piano sound for that melody. The bass guitar along with those drums keep the track moving. For the solo, I used my Fender Stratocaster and that cool grand piano sound. I think it sounds awesome bouncing between the grand piano and the guitar. Open Your Eyes to Love is a simple but beautiful ambient track with open chords and a sweet melody. I played the chords on my Fender acoustic electric. I kept the bass guitar part simple but moving. I added a cool flute sound to the melody along with the guitar. The track is just simply beautiful. Nothing Matters But Love is an ambient ballad track. I love this track's smooth groove. On this one, I really had a good time working on the drums, getting those toms to really punch through on those breaks. I used my Fender Acoustic Electric for the chords and a Rhodes electric piano sound. For the melody, I'm playing my Fender Stratocaster and a grand piano sound. The guitar solo is my Gibson SG. Just Remember I'm Always There For You is a huge rhythmic soul track with strings, horns, grand piano, and Rhodes electric piano sound. I'm playing my Fender Stratocaster for the melody and my Fender Acoustic for the chords. The grand piano sound helps fill out that melody. The strings really help define the verse from the chorus on this track. The guitar solo is played on my Fender Stratocaster, and it just rocks. I had such a blast writing this track. Phoebe, or PJ's Lullaby, was written to celebrate the upcoming birth of my first granddaughter, Phoebe Judan, aka PJ. I was sitting at my grand piano and the melody for the track came to me. I really wanted this to be just a lullaby with nothing but the piano and soft strings, but somehow I did end up adding drums and a bass guitar. I used my Ibanez nylon acoustic electric for the melody on this track. Titus's Lullaby was written for my now 4-year-old grandson Titus. I used my Ibanez nylon acoustic electric for the melody. I was sitting at my grand piano and the melody for this track came to me. Somehow I did, again, end up adding drums and a bass guitar. Well, I hope you enjoyed the music and get a chance to pick up the CD or listen to it online. Again, the title is Stop, Wait, and Think. It's available on all your favorite streaming services and download sites. Again, without music, life has no soul. Thanks.